Our third story out front, a Florida man swallowed by a sinkhole. This is a bizarre story. It happened inside this home. Jeff Bush was sleeping in bed when the ground opened up underneath him, and then he just fell into the earth. He screams for help were heard throughout the house, but police tonight say there is no sign of life in that sinkhole. The victim's brother spoke to CNN.
Jeremy, I'm so sorry for what you're going through, and what happens now? I mean, where are you?
There's a picture of my brother right there. There's a picture of my brother right there. The man I love, the guy is my brother, man. It was everything to me. That was him.
John Zarella is there. John, obviously just a shocking story. The recovery effort is underway right behind you. I know we just said there hadn't been signs of life. What's the latest that you know?
No, that's exactly right, Aaron. And in fact, they're treating this as a recovery operation now. And what they are doing, you can see behind me, that's a ground penetrating device. What they are trying to do, which they've tried to do all day today, is get a handle on the exact dimensions of this sinkhole. How wide out does it spread? Because they do not want to send anybody in. They do not want to go near the house for fear that other people who they send in could ultimately being swallowed up at any moment if this thing should collapse. You can see the men that are working there, Aaron. They are wearing harnesses. There are cables attached to them so that if something happens and the ground collapses, they can be yanked out. That's how concerned they are about all of this. But of course, for the family, they are very distraught tonight, and there are some 911 call that came out last night that really gives you an indication of how suddenly this hit them and how panicked they were.
We need an ambulance and the cop buddy's stuck underneath the house. The house just fell through.
Okay, and what happened to the house?
The bedroom floor just collapsed, and my brother-in-law is in there. He's underneath the house.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me connect this with EMS, okay?
Okay. Oh,
now, the first responders that got here, the first responder that actually got into the house, pulled Jeremy out, the brother, because he was down there with a shovel trying to dig his brother out. Pulled him out. They got everybody else out of the house, and it was immediately deemed unsafe. And Aaron, no one has been back inside since.
John, I know that there's been sinkholes in many places around this country, but also in the state of Florida. You've covered stories like this before, but how extraordinary is this situation?
This one is very extraordinary for a couple of reasons. Yeah, there's sinkholes all over. Florida is built on literally 3,000 feet of limestone, which at any time can become very permeable, and then suddenly you'll have a sinkhole opening up. What's happened here is they had a collapse, then they had another collapse. The walls are very steep, according to the engineers who just spoke. They expect that the sinkhole will continue to widen because those walls cannot support being that steep, and that is why they are taking this much time. And they are saying that this particular sinkhole is very, very unique in how it has opened up and how it is continuing to deepen 25, 30 feet and getting deeper.
That's amazing.